great meeting with them. It's coming close to the point where things are getting back to normal. So we're working towards a date around June. And if Tyson is serious, which I think he is, they'll know where to come and fight the boss. And I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to competition. All I want to do is fight. I can't wait to get back in the ring.
Those are the words of Anthony AJ Joshua. Joshua says that he thinks and he believes that Tyson Fury is ready to take on the boss. He calls himself the boss because he changes lives in each and every fight. If you look at Joshua has self-made how many millionaires just by fighting them? I remember him saying a couple years ago when he was in negotiations with other fights that he said, well, you know what? Let's sit down. Let's make sure everybody can eat. And everybody from Andy Ruiz, twice, Kubrat Pulev, Povetkin, all these guys, Parker, all these guys have turned into millionaires overnight just by fighting Anthony Joshua. And he's the guy that has and had the 3/4 of the belts. Okay, he have 4 out of the 5 belts, have 3 out of the 4 major belts. Okay, and is he the boss? Yeah, he's the boss because he's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He defended the unified champion of the world, unified heavyweight championship belts of the world many times. He got defeated once. He got that back. That made him a 2-time unified heavyweight champion. He increases his salary each and every time except for the Pulev fight, and he still made $10 million, more than a lot of people make these days, claiming that they make more than they really make. They still don't make more than Anthony Joshua. So as far as calling him a marketable marquee value, yes, he's the boss. Can he fight, though? Yes, he can fight, too. Kubrat Pulev, another proven and worthy opponent, only been beat by Vladimir Klitschko. Sure, Anthony Joshua knocked out Vladimir Klitschko in the 11th round. However, that doesn't mean, and it wasn't set in stone, that he was going to do that to Kubrat Pulev, okay? Kubrat Pulev was a sneaky guy that beat guys like Chisora, got him out of there. Huey Fury got him out of there, you know, and he only had 1 loss his damn self. So those guys come in the ring with 1 loss apiece. And in fact, he had done more in the sport. He has more experience than a guy like Anthony Joshua that also started late. So you're dealing with a person that started late and learned a lot quickly and knows how to fight and knocking guys out that's been around for the longest. What does that tell you? That the man is a boss. Okay? Now, of course, he was slightly talking a little shit, little confidence, cool. But let's look at if there was no Anthony Joshua at all. Let's look at it that way. What if there was no Anthony Joshua? Deontay Wilder wouldn't be offered, what's $100 million from nothing? What's nothing from nothing? It's nothing. Because without Anthony Joshua, there wouldn't be no $100 million. He got $3 million to fight Tyson Fury. Do you think all of a sudden you go from $3 million to $100 million? Okay, $3 million to $40 million? That's a huge jump. Right? So, yeah, Tyson Fury, $100 million, right? So if Anthony Joshua wasn't there, you would have probably still had Klitschko fighting, beating guys up, fighting boring fights, jabbing and grabbing, and out punching and out beating these guys, booing and stinking up the place like he did Madison Square Garden with Brian Jennings, right? You would have still had some shit like that going on. Because Tyson Fury, there's no guarantee Tyson Fury would have really came back into the sport as long as Vladimir Klitschko was around. Okay? Anthony Joshua retired that guy. And that guy gave Anthony Joshua the fight of his young life. Counterpunch. But yeah, you know, another thing is Joshua has a pretty good discernment of character. Because he knows, okay, well, hey, these guys are working on something that looks promising. And again, like I told you guys earlier, if Anthony Joshua felt that this is like some kind of somebody taking you for a long ride, somebody lying, and not really serious, he wouldn't be talking this much. Because Joshua really don't talk this much at all, and he ain't talked this much in a long time. So you can tell he's really excited. He says, hey, I want to fight, 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 fight. That's great. That means he's excited about a fight. He's excited about a challenge. It's not a mandatory. This is a fresh new challenge, 2 new fighters. And I'm all for 2 new fighters getting into the ring. Yes, we know what they did in sparring. Yes, Tyson Fury said that, yeah, this guy for 3 rounds beat the shit out of me. Yes, he said that. Yeah, he tried to take it back later on, yada, yada, yada. But guess what? At the end of the day, he said this particular guy that has advanced so much more since then gave him the business in sparring. That's the backstory right there. Okay? British champions, British rivals. That's another backstory. Right? Tyson Fury, the #1 shit talking is heavyweight in boxing today, has said a lot about AJ Bars. That's a backstory. Anthony Joshua saying, hey, I'm going to bring up the wild boar meat in front of everybody. That is the beginning of bad blood, because those things are, those things are resurrecting old stuff that happened back before. And how I look at that as a very, very promising build-up to one hell of a fight. Sure, they respect each other, but I see this fight I see these guys talking a lot of shit, especially when Anthony Joshua said, I'm going to bring up that Martin Carefoot shit, that wild boar meat shit, that all of a sudden the farmer, he lied, but then told the truth about him lying. Then all of a sudden, he wanted to clear his name. Then all of a sudden you didn't hear nothing from him. Oh yeah, that's coming. Oh, so it's going to be a lot of stuff and a lot of verbal weapons thrown around in this particular fight. And I look forward to it. You guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua stating that he's the boss. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.